All right.
Uh,
Grunty, this is you in the Bearn. Yeah, the tier 6 French carrier.
yep, it's the legendary commander too.
All right, so you are running air squadron return speed, squadron engine boost duration, skip bomber attack time, and skip bomber HP. The skip bombers are
There's,
in. Yes, sir.
I was just saying, there's really not much choice because you only have skip bombers and AP dive bombers. The only choice you have is in the fourth slot. Do you want skip bomber hells or dive bomber hells? Everything else makes basically no sense
Yeah,
in
you're not
any
going to
of
buff
the
your
other slots.
secondaries.
Like,
Sure. Okay. So from there, we go into your captain. You said this was a special captain upon you.
yeah.
Okay. So you've got air supremacy into improved engines, into aircraft armor, into interceptor. Okay. Into enhanced reactions, into search and destroy, into bomber flight control for your bombers and your skip bombers, and then finally into survivability expert. Now this is a buffed survivability expert at 30 HP for each tier for aircraft instead of 25. That's kind of nice, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's by the way not the actual order in which I would skill them. I don't know why the replay render does it, like, but
Okay. Well, good to know. All right. And then as far as your signal flags are concerned, you don't need to worry about detonating because you're a carrier, LOL. You've got fire chance, other fire chance, and flood chance. And then you've got ship speed. Why didn't you pick any other consumables, sir, or flags?
there is not really much else that makes a lot of sense.
Okay.
Like the consumable cooldown thing doesn't work for the ship for the squadron consumables.
Right.
The ship AA is not very good. The secondaries are not very good.
Uh-huh.
So there's no reason
Well,
to use any
I'll,
of that.
of those, I might go for the anti-air flag simply because you know you're guaranteed a carrier on the enemy team, so there's
If he
that.
wants to snipe me, I'm happy to use my interceptor planes to kill everything that is coming at me. That is much
All
better
right.
than my ship AA.
Fair enough.
I've never seen anyone try to snipe a barn. Like,
All right.
would be kind of funny.
Grunty, is there a death pick in this replay for you?
No, but there is maybe a cool endgame screenshot for you.
All right. Well, I will get set up for an awesome screenshot of you launching planes at the start here, and then we'll go from there. We'll see what happens. Oh, that's right. I
I was
forgot.
tilted. That's from yesterday. I was so tilted. Like, my games were horrible, like yours, but worse.
Grunty tilted? Never. I could
think this
I
game
could
happened
never see
right
Grunty
after
tilted in this game.
I had a 5-kill Immelmann loss or so, and I was
Okay.
just fed up, and that's why I picked the barn and was like,
Okay. Now you are top tier. There's plenty of tier 5s that you're just beating up on.
yeah, but there is a problem with the barn in these matchups.
Hey, Simboto. Okay.
This,
What's the
the
problem?
skip bombers have actually rather map penetration. So if I look at Naichi and Battleship Congo Fuso, they're most likely gonna shatter. If I look at October Revolution, they're most likely gonna shatter there. And
Okay.
the AP dive bombers are really, really bad against cruisers because usually all you get is overpens.
Okay. Stevie decided he wanted to go to his bed, so there he is, guys. He's gonna lie down. Simboto is playing a walk-on sound. If you would like your very own walk-on sound, all you gotta do is click on the blurb extension. You just hold the mouse cursor to the right side of the screen. It's a star. It's a white star with a red background. Click on that. Choose your very own blurb. I just need to approve it, so you let me know, okay? And we'll take care of it for you. So you hit the Trento, makes sense, and then the Farragut. I mean, you don't care what you're gonna do with these skip bombers. You're just trying to cause chaos early on, right?
I mean, I wanted to hopefully find a destroyer broadside. Didn't happen.
No.
So
But
I
what I'm
went with the Trento instead of the Congo just because what I said earlier, I thought I would just not penetrate the Congo. So even if it was at a better angle, I went for the Trento instead.
Mhm. Fair enough.
And then a Farragut, obviously, like it's a skip bomber problem. If the destroyer turns 90 degrees to them, you're not gonna hit them. It's
Now
just
you're
what it
heading
is.
right. You're heading towards an Omaha that was last spotted, going your way. You just waved off of that. Why did you sail away from the Omaha here?
Like I figured on this position on the Omaha that I wouldn't be able to drop on him because he would be behind the island, and I don't
Okay.
want to drop on the first line because
Right.
the dispersion is the worst on the first line. So
So
instead,
skip.
I went around and then figured even I attack it from the other side or I find another target.
Okay. So you're
But
trying to find somebody else. Sure.
here you see what happened. Like was actually really lucky that this worked.
Yeah, that the Nurnberg appeared there.
Yeah, with 3 hits there on the first line, that's
Now,
usually not what happens.
with your skip bombers, you could get away with a single drop on that spot, but you're right. That's very risky compared to your skips because your skips give you more chances at hits on things. So okay.
Yeah, and I don't have to get that close, so I save myself some damage on them.
Now, all of that being said, you are currently down 2 ships.
And we're
Is that
basically down
concerning you?
3 ships. Our aviary is AFK. And
You're right.
spoilers, he never came back. Like he
Okay.
stayed AFK the whole match.
Maybe you had the same problem Raptor had and never got into the game. So you just went ahead and did a pre-drop there. Was that to get yourself in front of the Congo?
I just did the pre-drop because this is actually too much AA combined. I'm not getting up here multiple attacks, and I already wasted a lot of planes honestly. So I just
Yep.
wanted to get rid of some, do like one attack, and then just get
Okay.
back. I think
So
this
here's-
is the last time I attack this site because too much combined AA for now. Like there's nothing I can do.
The hardest
Plus,
thing. Go ahead.
yeah, it looks like I just can't save them even if I keep going for this side. So. And you see, I also moved my ship away now, so.
The hardest thing for a carrier player is facing an enemy that is balled up because their anti-air overlaps, and whether you believe it or not, the anti-air of overlapping ships really does have an impact in this game. So, I mean, it makes total sense that you're like, I don't want to deal with this. Now, you are back on this side again.
Yeah, I think I flew there because I wanted to save the Fubuki. I dropped the furnace there.
Gotcha.
And then,
Okay.
then the destroyer got spotted, which kept me on this side. I figured out, okay, maybe I keep
Okay.
the destroyer lit and my battleship here can get at least the DD
So you-
out.
Sure. So you are being the ultimate team player here with the planes, and then you're gonna skip bomb the Farragut. Oh, you get the kill. Nice.
Yep, second line is what you want to drop on destroyers. It gives you a chance to bounce afterwards if the bomb goes too early. And
Okay.
if you're a little bit behind, you still have a chance that it clips the superstructure.
So for those of you guys that don't know about the Bearn, as you can see, she's got skip bombers and AP bombers only. The big thing about her is her summon fighters. She's got a large reserve of fighters, each of the squadrons, and you can build her for interceptors, which is what Grunty did. Most people do this. And what you can do with that is you can lock out the enemy carrier. So you put yourself in a position to where you can basically negate the enemy carrier's attempts to drop your teammate. That's what Grunty did for his teammate, the Fubuki. Sadly, the Fubuki died anyways, but, you know, life finds a way. You still got one kill out of that.
You can technically park almost over the enemy CV and just take his planes out on launch if you want to do that. But the problem with the strategy is that, yeah, you're taking out the enemy carrier that way, but you're not doing anything either. So
It
you're
also
basically
takes
just
you out.
taking yourself out.
Yep,
So
I've
I
done
don't
that
like
before.
to do that.
So what Grunty is saying is you essentially park your planes in front of the enemy carrier. When the enemy carrier launches, you put your interceptors up, you summon them, and then as a result, you take out their planes, and you're essentially griefing the enemy carrier. But while you're doing that, you can do nothing but watch as your team either does quite frankly well or gets themselves stomped. So Grunty is playing for team play here. He wants to try to make something happen. And there is a Normandy. We're about to get French on French action here. There's the Beimers. Thank you for the follow, Luck. Or Luke.
Yeah, at
There's
this
the
point
kill.
it's like I need to get kills here. I need to take out low HP ships and make sure at least this side wins and gets the cap back because it doesn't look good.
So how fortunate for you that you could bomb on a relatively low health Normandy and a low health Nurnberg. You didn't kill the Nurnberg, but I'll tell you what.
Yeah, 3 overpens. It's the cruiser problem with the AP bombs.
you still regardless, you still got damage, right? Like that's still pretty sexy.
Yeah, of course, but would have loved to get a Citadel there and just kill it, right? I've also no idea what our Congo is doing here. Like he's
Our Gunner, thank you for the Twitch Prime sub, man. Cheers, I really appreciate that. If you've got a replay you want me to prioritize, you let me know. All right. All right. So now you're trying to find the Vasteras, I'm guessing. There he is.
No, actually, I kind of didn't. I want to actually kill the Nuremberg because the Nuremberg is what keeps resetting the battleship over and over.
The Cavour. Okay.
And the Nuremberg is so low, so it was an accident that I found the Vasteras, but I guess it was a happy accident.
Well, the reason I'm saying that is because from the minimap you were heading right towards him, so that's why I was curious. But alright, so there's the Nuremberg, and you get the kill. Nice. Nuremberg goes down. Okay, okay.
I was debating here whether it's worth keeping him lit so the Congo can kill it, but ultimately decided against it. Didn't trust the Congo to actually kill it.
The Cavour, you mean? Hey, Gary.
No, the Congo.
Oh, I'm sorry. I did not see the 10 line, the battleship that is currently all the way on the 10 line. We're both laughing because there's a reason I said, oh, what Congo? Right? Like, come on, dude. Well, alright. You're still trying for team play, and bless you for that. Oh my god, you got 2 hits on him. Well,
yeah,
well,
I don't know
now
how he turned into them, like...
Now you have to follow up on this.
Yeah, but I can't.
Why not?
Because I don't think I had any skips ready.
You're in... Oh, no, these are APs. Never mind. You're right.
Yeah.
Alright, so here comes your AP bombers. You're putting planes on the Cavour. Look at you, Mr. Team Play.
Those are skips. Never mind.
You're right, they are. Yeah.
But I needed the plane over the Cavour because I actually don't know why he kept reversing so much. Like, I was more worried about that destroyer, I guess, than about the 3 ships that come over from the other cap.
Alright, whatever. Nice kill on the Vasteras. And now
Super
you're heading
lucky
back
from
to
that
the...
angle, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Super lucky.
So now you're heading back to the Cavour to, I'm guessing, go ahead and put planes over him again, just to be safe, right? You need him to survive.
Yes. I'm not sure if I dropped the planes here because I saw the planes from the Ryuchu going up onto the Congo. Yeah, I dropped them.
Team play, ladies and gentlemen. Play for team play. Always in this game.
We're still way behind.
You are way behind.
We're even on ships too because don't get fooled. This destroyer is still AFK. I was in a tough spot here because I was like, on the one hand, I want to go after the planes and save the Congo.
Yep.
And on the other hand is I need to make sure the Cavour lives. So, and I can't do both.
No. Fortunately for you, the Iron Duke is right there. There's a little bit of dodgy, but you still took a flak hit. Feels bad.
Yeah, I'm actually not sure. I didn't really see that flak that hit it, but... yeah.
2 citadels, 293 hit points. I completely understand why you're turning around and trying to drop him a second time.
I try this with almost every single CV, which is why I don't like Russian CVs.
Finish
I like my
him!
dogs.
Boink. With the citadel, of course. That's a pitadel. Pitadel because it's a pity, you know? Well, now you've managed to turn the game around. You and the rest of your team. You've got your Kraken 5 kills. I'm sure at this point you're feeling pretty good, but still thinking to yourself,
No, I was not sure that this game was won.
my team will find a way, right? My team will find a way.
I mean, the Congo was kind of worthless. I figured out he's probably gonna die to the CV, and the Cavour did all right, but like, and also the Ismail that was on the left side and stayed alive and cut it back.
Sure.
They're all rather low, and the sub is now killing. Like, the good thing is we know where the sub is now because the DD just took damage.
Fair enough. Blitz, thank you for the raid. And skip bombers into the Trento. Now you should be able to do a second run on him because he probably doesn't have the greatest of anti-air.
If you do it correct, you can actually do 3 runs against the cruiser with bad AA. But he turns in a way that doesn't give me a good angle to drop the 3rd time.
I would be happy with 2 and then cycle, but sure. Yeah, you're trying for that 3rd. You realize it's not going to happen, so there you go. Hey, Red, thank you for the sub, dude. Really appreciate that. Blitz rating with 1 viewer. Red, thank you so much.
Made a crucial mistake here. He should have stayed behind the island. I would not have been able to drop on him.
Well,
but, he came out.
it's the end of the game, and in the end game, I find that typically players don't really know what to do, and when they're not sure what to do, they hit W and pray, and I think that's the case for the Trento. And you just nailed him as a result. Which carrier nation is best in my opinion? If you're a starter, I would go Americans. If you really know what you're doing, I would go Japanese. And if you want to just hate yourself, go the Germans.
Don't go German. Just don't.
You hear Grunty? Grunty speaks from wisdom. Americans are the easiest to learn. Their rockets are decent, their HE bombers are decent, their torpedoes are decent. Japanese, their torpedoes are great, their AP bombs, if you can figure them out, are great, their rockets are difficult. Germans, their torpedo bombers against destroyers are their only anti-destroyer, so therefore you have to be good at dropping torpedo bombers. Their AP bombers will troll you more than they will troll enemy battleships. And oh, by the way, they've got AP rockets, which make it really hard to line up. So go American.
The advantage of the Americans is that you don't have to worry or know about armor values and stuff like this, because you can just use pretty much every single plane type you have against every single ship you face.
Absolutely.
With all the other nations, you have to know stuff.
What about
the
Russians?
Japanese, you need Russians.
We don't talk about Russians here.
I don't like the Russian CVs because they play different. They
Russian,
only, like you only get your 1 squadron and you attack once, and then you have to launch a new squadron. It's a whole different type of play, and I do not like this playstyle very much. It's a very selfish playstyle because you really go. You want to cycle your planes as quickly as possible and deal damage. You don't spot as much. You're rather limited against destroyers, unless the destroyer is spotted way before you actually start your attack.
So, I can't use gamer words because I would very much like to put this video on YouTube later, but I will say Russian carriers are BS. BS. You all know what BS stands for. And I will say BS because they do not play by the same rules that every other aircraft carrier plays in this game. Russians do not care about flak. They do not care about anti-air. They don't care about
They
fighter
care
catapult
about
fighters.
flag. They care about flag.
Well, yes, but what I'm getting at, Grunty, is compared to other carriers where you have to really worry about dodging, really worry about trying to get yourself in, they don't deal with it so much. They don't have to worry about it so much. So they don't play by the same rules as every other carrier in this game.
Yeah, they're stupid damage farmers. If you want to stupidly farm damage and don't care much about your team, then play Russian series.
I mean, I and others have put on the CC Discord that Russian carriers are ridiculous because they do not play the same game that other carriers play. So, you know, take that as you may.
I just want to quickly point out, we are still losing this game, by the way, right now.
Congratulations.
This is basically now a copy of what happened in Biggle's game last time.
Right?
Can we kill a sub?
Well, so you are
Is my
circling...
teammate I can't attack it with skip bombers. They just bounce on the surface. Even if the sub is on periscope depth and my bomb would hit it, the bomb will bounce and deal no damage.
So
you
you're
can only
circling...
hit it with these bombs if it's on the surface.
Right, so what I'm saying is you're circling him hoping that your battleship will use ASW to hit this sub. And for whatever reason, the sub is not diving. I am very surprised by this, sir.
I have no idea why he's not diving. I'm happy he's not diving. But yeah, I'm just circling it for...
Yep, I agree. Just fly over him and keep flying over him. And maybe the Ishmael... Oh, he gets the kill.
I thought he would got it with the ASW bombs, and that would have been the cool screenshot. I forgot that he killed it with main guns.
It's okay. It's a nice game either way. Your personal record of 300k damage? Nice.
Damage records don't mean anything anymore since Arms Race. It's just making all the damage records moot.
Honestly, I would say I feel good about that, and if that's what you want to feel good about, nothing wrong.
I mean, a 300k damage game is nice, but if you now see someone, oh yeah, his top damage is 300k, yeah, it could have been a super ship games and Arms Race, and it's
right,
not that hard in quotation marks.
Right.
Like it's much more common to have 300,000 damage games now than it was like 2 years ago.
Sure. Gary, you were asking about replays. I've got plenty of replays. As a matter of fact, this is our last replay for the day because I need to go and spend a little bit of time with my wife today. But I'm going to keep the stream going for those of you guys who need your COTS drops, and we're going to play Words on Stream. We did that last time, and we had a lot of people watching and continue watching, so I'm happy to do that. So here's your game. We're going to go ahead and refresh this, and we're going to watch this again now. I find what's interesting here is, I mean, frankly, everybody dies. I mean, that's a typical random battle, right? Like, look at your team. You're already down 2 ships. But what I find interesting is your Congo. He's gonna go up this line. You're welcome, Evan Blade. Good to see you again, by the way.
I have no idea what this Congo was doing.
What this Congo was doing?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't think he knew what he was doing either. He was going for flanks to get shots into ships that are on the flank, but by the time he got there and went up the flank, there was nobody for him to shoot at, right?
He could have gotten in the sea cap, like
he could have.
He must have thought that the carrier stuck behind the island and was still there. Which, to be fair, some carriers probably would have.
10 hours isn't enough, Blue Falcon. I got 14. You gotta be. You're damn right, dude.
But yeah, props. These actually came top of the team.
Who did?
That was the Ismail that lived
Okay.
with me in the end.
I can see why. He
It,
killed the sub. That's a lot of
I,
XP.
I think it was the Ismail with like 2,300 base. I had like 2,100, and yeah, forget the rest of the team.
Right. So
I mean, I guess the Kabur had like 1,500 or so.
I
He
think the
did okay.
key I think the key at this point is you hoped for team play and you got it right here. Right? And that's what lets you win the game. Also,
Yeah,
the
it
enemy
was
sub not
lucky
diving.
that yeah, honestly, like it was not just the sub not diving, it was the sub, like the sub could have just turned the other way out of the range of the Ismail ASW. He just kept going closer. Like all my
Yep.
spotting would have done very, very little if
Yep.
he's just out of range.
I
Like
mean,
I
enemy
don't
team's
know.
got all the
Like it's
caps, they got the points, all that stuff. Look at your Bearn. You're actually right on the edge of C cap. You're just now starting to cap
yeah,
it.
I went into the cap at a time where I was thinking we could still win it with caps, but um that was before the Congo actually died up there, and then
Okay. All right. Well, Grunty, thanks for sending in the replay. I don't. Is there anything else to discuss on this, or are we good to move on, sir?
I don't think so.
Good. All right.